Out of all Xbox first party titles, one that I feel like is really special to me personally is State of Decay 2. And as a massive fan of survival games, and even more recently in the last few years, zombie games, State of Decay 2, man, is just that perfect sandbox zombie survival game. And in this video, we're going to be talking about why State of Decay 2 is amazing. State of Decay 2 is immediately amazing for the one simple notion of its sandbox, offering that go wherever you want in this map, scavenge supplies, bring it back to your camp. The gameplay loop itself is actually perfect, and I have really nothing else to say about that. State of Decay 2 just has that perfect gameplay loop, and then you add so many other things onto that, like the survival mechanics that they have, the base building, the base survival as well, and everything else. When starting State of Decay 2, you get the option of playing as a bunch of different starter teams, right? So you go through these little stories, and that would be one gripe I would have to say at launch, and even a few years after, and even now, the stories aren't like crazy good. Like the main goal, and they've added actual stories over time, like, little side quests, and the side quests are very well done. I just feel like the game itself is very fun from that sandbox level, like especially when I was playing with my friend even years ago, and I've kind of gotten back into it now, where we played for like 8 hours straight one night, right? Then all we did was we went out, get supplies, we'd come back to our base, and we did that literally for 8 hours until like 3 a.m. Man, we were glued to the game. We could not stop, and even then, like because there were a lot of multiplayer issues as well. My friend would crash every hour, so we just quickly reinvite him. And like the drop in, drop out co-op is actually really useful because then he could just come right back into the game, right? His supplies are still there, everything is still there. So while the crashes were really annoying, it would be very easy to get back into co-op. But going from place to place, just scavenging and then like beating the shit out of zombies. And something I wasn't a huge fan of, but like switching up between characters and then leveling them up and then, getting them better gear. I did like sticking with one character as a survival kind of game, but you did need to switch people out so, like they can sleep or they can heal. And I do like that as well. I think that's a pretty cool mechanic. And I mean, all of these things, man, I'm just really hoping Undead Labs really goes off of State of Decay 3, man. I want a hardcore survival zombie game, man. I want this shit to be difficult. I want it to be fun, I want it to be challenging, and I want it to be difficult. And I want them to incorporate all of their things from State of Decay 1 and 2 into the next game. There are several maps in State of Decay 3, and all of them offer their own buildings, their own resources you can gather, different quests. And one thing that I really like, and with the survival itself, is that there are three different types of bases. There's the small, medium, and big bases. Of course, the small ones at the very start of my game, I had this house with a little backyard, but then as you get too many supplies and as you grow, you are going to need to move to a medium-sized base, right? I think my biggest base I had was like this big warehouse. We had a lot of spaces where I could build stuff, and it shows because even then, even if it only took me like 6 hours to get to that point, it was very difficult to actually keep up. We had to move to a smaller base because we couldn't keep up with all the space and the amount of resources that were needed, right? Because people kept coming in, we kept finding more survivors, and we didn't have enough stuff. And I remember one base actually, we took place on a bridge, which was really cool because then the doors were locked and then there was only two entrances, right? Which was very good and very bad because then, like, zombies could only get in two ways, but we could only get out two ways, right? So if we're cornered on both sides, it's very stressful. But again, as a survival zombie game, it is very good. Like, I have very little issues with State of Decay 2, man. It is a very good video game, and being able to do stuff like that, where in an apocalypse scenario, and you're going on this bridge to like defend a camp, I feel like a bridge is a pretty solid spot. Unless a train rolls through you, which I mean, if it does, that fucking sucks. Like, I mean, imagine some guy gets a train running and they just roll right through you in the middle of the night. That would suck, right? I mean, but it's doing stuff like that, like finding makeshift bases, like in warehouses, like in houses with big backyards, like on bridges. It's really cool because then you can incorporate that in, and it's very creative of how they can do it. Because I've seen this shit in like Walking Dead as well for shows and stuff where they're taking over the farm, like Herschel's farm. I'm getting into Walking Dead recently as well, the TV show. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm fucking breaking my heart sometimes, man. I'm about like halfway almost through the end of season 3, and it's breaking my heart at times, but very good show. And I can see the connections, of like some kind of maybe things that they took from the show or some things that I've seen the show do that the game does, and it's pretty cool. The zombie types as well are also really good because they offer some more like diversity in the gameplay, right? Sometimes you might have a bloater, which could scare the shit out of you. Like, I'll be driving and then like some fucking huge zombie is just standing there, right? With like that blows up if I go near it. Or screamers that could just fucking call any other zombie in the vicinity, right? So you gotta beat the shit out of it quickly to take it out. Ferals, I fucking hate ferals. Okay, those things are so fucking annoying. Pisses me off. actually annoys the shit out of me, okay? And the fucking juggernauts, don't even get me started on juggernauts, man. Always stressful. Always stressful. Always. Anything I try to do, man, always stressful as fuck. But they do offer that diverse gameplay that makes it fun, right? You'll be fighting normal zombies, and then a fucking bloater just runs at me out of nowhere, and then I die. And then I'm like, fuck! Or like a feral, and I'll be fucking bolting out of there, because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. Or, you know, just like, big bitch juggernaut is like, yo, where's my fucking shit? And I'm like, oh, fuck off! And I'm losing, I'm trying to get in my car and drive off. There's a lot of really intense moments that happen with these different types of zombies, and don't even get me, again, with the fucking screamers. I'll be killing a few zombies, and I'll hear a scream, and I'll be like, fuck's sake, and then I got like 20 of them coming at me, and I just gotta leave that area, right? Because I don't have enough fucking ammo, or my weapons are fucked, and it's just awful. The graphics as well. Now, specifically, I play on Xbox Series X, so the graphics, I mean, I'm pretty sure this game is like 5, 6, 7 years old. I'm gonna take a random guess. I actually don't know when it's been released, but it's a fairly old game, right? Like, and it still looks pretty fucking good. Like, it still looks solidly gorgeous, I'd have to say. Yes, I would say gorgeous at times. It does look gorgeous. The physics are very well done. I love fucking just jumping through windows, like, and just breaking shit, man. Like, the survival mechanic, like the sandbox. It's the sandbox and it's the graphical fidelity, man, that really get me. Because in a zombie game, man, I really do well with some good gameplay loops, man. And State of Decay 2, with its awesome graphics, just a fucking amazing gameplay loop that really adds to the experience of being in a zombie apocalypse. And especially, you know, survival games, man. I'm a huge fan of survival games. I love games like Minecraft, like Terraria, like State of Decay, like Fallout, like a lot of different kinds of survival games that are based in apocalypses, or you get nothing, you gotta build up, like fantasy survival games, like very well done. And State of Decay, in my opinion, probably one of the best zombie games I think I've ever played, like a apocalypse game with zombies that I've ever played. It is a very good game, and definitely in like the top 3 of the best survival games I've ever played. It is a very good video game. And if you're watching this video and you know, you see it and you're like, State of Decay 2, I've heard about it before, let's watch this video, let's check it out, and you are thinking about trying it, look, man, you got PC Game Pass or Game Pass, go just install it. I'd recommend playing for 2 to 3 hours. Get into it, learn the mechanics, play it with a buddy if you have a buddy. If you don't, it can still be very addicting, even by yourself, but I would highly recommend playing with a buddy. But just by itself, man, you gotta play this game. Like, you're watching this, you made it this far in the video, try the game, at least. I think it goes on pretty steep sales as well, as that has been out for a long time. Play it on Steam. It still has a successful player base. It's reached, I think, over 10 million players, maybe more, right? It's a massive game. State of Decay 3, gonna be even fucking bigger. I cannot wait to play that game, right? I mean, I would have no doubt if State of Decay 2 went to PlayStation at some point, right? So if you're a PlayStation only player and you're waiting for this game to come to your platform, I have no doubt that it will come at some point. If Sea of Thieves is going, State of Decay 2 will go at some point. But let me know if you guys did enjoy this video. This has been a pretty quick one I wanted to make because I fucking love this game. I remember just playing it with my buddy like literally 3 years ago. We were having so much fun playing the game. Like, it might have been more than 3 years, man. Like, fucking pandemic fucked me up, man, right? You know, we're in 2024 now, but it's been a long damn time since I've really gotten into this game. I've been enjoying it, actually, playing through it again, and especially after playing Dying Light 2 and, you know, getting into more zombie games, this game is absolutely amazing, man. Like, I can't even say enough, like, how great this game is, and everything about it just makes it awesome. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you enjoy State of Decay 2? Are you going to try it because you've watched this video? Let me know. But if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you also choose to. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching.